people in vet med need to stop saying sorry so much and apologizing.
Did the vet get in trouble or fired?
Right.
Because she needs to be fired.
And I think that's why when we were talking about it, at least I feel like from our perspective as veterinarians, it's like it's a last resort. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable, the podcast where we answer your veterinary-related questions while having some fun along the way. If you enjoyed today's episode or a previous episode, be sure to leave us a review on your podcast provider of choice. And if you have any feedback to offer to improve the Veterinary Roundtable, let us know.
King has a jacket on. I get yelled at when I wear a jacket.
Oh, I do have my jacket on.
Tisk, tisk,
Tisk, tisk, tisk. I need to all unzip it for you, Courtney. I was here half an hour early.
Oh, wow.
No, you can wear it. I just get in trouble when I wear it.
You get a gold star.
I got you in trouble.
This is it. This all is coming off right here. I'd have to undo everything, step up, take my microphone, set my computer down. Okay.
Anyway.
We'll try that method.
There you
next
go.
time,
There's my
too.
pit. Okay.
Okay. Check out our social media. We have Instagram and TikTok. They are both at the Veterinary Roundtable. We've been posting a lot on there, so check it out. We also have a YouTube channel where all of our video podcasts are published. So if you'd like to watch us rather than listen, like if you want to see Dr. King in her jacket today,
That's right.
head over to our YouTube channel. That is the Veterinary Roundtable.
If you want to see Wade looks like a host today. His head is like straight.
I know
Like,
he's actually in a really good spot, so
Yeah.
don't move.
He's ready to go.
We're cuddling.
I'm Dr. Emily King.
I'm Courtney Allen,
I'm Allie McQuarrie.
I'm Dr. Ashlyn Duckwall.
and you're listening to the Veterinary Roundtable.
Woo woo!
This is us.
It's been brought to my attention that I ruptured a blood vessel in my
It's your
eye.
other eye.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
this
your
eye.
Do you
right
not
eye.
like feel when that happens? It just
No.
pops.
It must have just happened. Maybe I had dry eyes this morning or something.
Oh.
I wonder what are the
It looks
most
pretty
common
angry.
causes of that happening.
It's pretty red. It matches your scrubs.
I
Is
feel
it
like
that red?
Here.
yeah, when you look
Here, hold on. I'll
to
show
the
you.
side, it's very
Okay,
obvious.
you have to peek around your microphone so I can see your eyeball.
Here, I'll look sideways.
Like, how do you not feel that you bursted?
not
open
You're not
like
looking.
that?
Okay, look that way. No, not your whole head, just your eyes.
You could see it just
Do
a
it
little
again.
bit.
I don't feel it at all.
That's crazy.
You rubbing your eye a lot?
No, I really wasn't.
Weird.
But you know what? I didn't sleep well last night.
Oh,
That'll do
Maybe
it.
that did it
being
because
exhausted. Will
I
just
didn't
ruin
eat
it.
enough at the end of the day, and then I stayed up too late because I was watching this documentary on ABBA, and
Oh.
I was like, God, they had some bangers, man. I was like, holy cannolis. And you know what? They don't speak English, really. I mean, they do now, probably. They're all 80. But when they were in their prime,
Yeah.
they sing like they're you or I singing. But when they're talking a foreign language. And I think that's so fascinating when people sing, but they sound like English.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating.
Like
So
when
what do they
British
speak?
people sing.
They're from Sweden. So
Sweden.
Swedish? I don't,
Look how red your eye is.
oh, that's not that bad.
It looks
My
like
Look at
camera's
my
not doing it.
wrinkles, Courtney. Don't show that picture.
I'm not going to show it. I'm just showing you how red your eye is.
So everybody knows how much I love music. So then they were playing all their different songs, like and where they came from and how they.
Nice.
And so it was just, and then I couldn't fall asleep because I was excited. I was like,
Jazz.
I felt like I
I
could
was
go
gonna
do
say
something.
Jazz
you know?
about ABBA.
Mamma Mia. You know, like they were like, it was just fun. So
Charles told me about a song they played at the Olympic opening ceremony, and it's this Italian guy that went into a studio and just made a song of him doing gibberish, like no words. And he said that's what English music sounds like to people who don't speak English.
oh,
And
interesting.
so then he played the song for me, and it's hysterical. It sounds like an English song, but the dude's really just gibbering. Yeah.
Especially
Oh, wow.
rap.
Yeah, and I think Charles said he was like invented rap or was one of the first rappers because he did this.
Yeah.
But
oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I can't even understand it if it's in English sometimes.
I know.
Some
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
So we could become superstars and just go
Arriba.
just put it to a nice beat.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Actually, Courtney and I said we should make a soundtrack of all the weird sounds throughout the clinic. Like there was
Yes.
a greyhound
yeah.
going ow
Yeah.
yesterday, or an old dog, and
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
yeah, we should do something like that.
That can be the music like behind
Yeah,
our singing.
yeah, it'd be
The
perfect.
background music.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Pits and Peaks. Did
Well,
you start?
I did because that was
Yeah.
my pit and
Okay.
peak, probably. Pit, my
Yeah.
eyeball.
And Peak, the show you watched.
Yeah.
At least we don't have to stain your eye or anything.
No, you don't have to stain my eye because it's not watering and I'm not squinting.
That's good.
So
It's good.
You're making me blink a lot, just like looking at it. I'm like, ugh.
the only other time this happened to me was I wore goggles that were too small, and so I think I
Squeeze the life out of your eyeballs.
think I'm gonna take the goggle off.
I can only imagine the lines you had after
No
that.
kidding, yeah.
Oh, Calvin made me wear them. Okay, anyway, Courtney, what you got?
Okay. My peak is I have 2 peaks. I don't really think I have a pit this week. Well, okay, my pit is that I had a little bit of a health scare earlier this week. I just didn't feel very well. But my 2 peaks are we got our new water heater today, so I can finally shower in my own home tonight. I'm very excited.
Excellent. It's always a positive.
And then my other peak is that I got dinner with a friend last night who's moving with KP.
Oh,
So it was really nice. We literally talked for 2 hours straight.
Hmm.
We did not stop talking. It was so
Friend
nice.
is moving with KP.
No, like the friend is KP.
Oh, okay. I was like, who's moving with KP? That's really strange. I mean, does TJ know this?
Her family.
Me, actually, I'm going with her. I can't leave her.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, so I got to catch up with her last night.
For
It
some
was
reason,
really
I thought
nice.
she was already there.
No.
No,
Nope.
Oh,
she's watching my,
End of February.
my baby right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like next week.
I was gonna text her and be like, "How are things going?" She would have been like, "What?
I'm in
here. What are you
Indiana.
talking about?" Oh gosh,
They're
too
great. They're
funny.
cold.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it was really nice.
That's
It was
awesome.
good times.
My pit is our autoclave went out this week after a really long week. So we were up to our eyeballs in packs that needed done. But the peak is we have great sister hospitals and we were able to take some packs down and they ordered the part and it came in and our autoclave is now fixed.
Oh, good.
Oh, so that is
Most
wonderful.
excellent.
But I had to go over there with a big Panera bag, one of those catering bags.
All your packs. That's how many
It wasn't
packs.
even all of them, but it was 13. I counted
Mhm.
13 like gowns and 4 lap drapes, and it was a little embarrassing. I was like, I just have a little,
Just a few items.
How many fit in the autoclave and how long does it take?
like 3 or 4. Like if you,
Yeah, it's not
you
very.
really
It's not a
shouldn't, like-
very big cylinder.
No, it's not very big, and you shouldn't really cram it because then it can't get sterilized, and then it's all wet and soggy and gross. And but anyways, yeah, it was a little embarrassing. It's like I just have a few
Shoot,
things.
when I went to Hamilton Crossing at the end of last week to pick up our stuff, there was a whole like cardboard bag, like huge bag and a tub that I picked up.
Yeah, I
God
forgot
bless
we-
them for doing that.
Yeah,
Well,
I
they
forgot we
didn't
did
even
too.
get to most of it because we had so much.
Oh, wow.
Like the individually wrapped instruments, they did not get to.
we had a laundry basket this
insane.
week
Yeah.
of drapes. We're now to the
It was
bottom, and that's only
insane.
one size of drape that we've made to
Oh.
like catch up on everything.
Oh,
Wow.
gosh.
That's awesome.
And we still
Doing
have
a lot of
two-
surgery. That's
yeah,
amazing.
It's been wild, but it is fixed.
Okay.
That's good.
That's so exciting.
fantastic.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Going down with that equipment is not okay.
No,
With how
it
many
makes it-
surgeries happen
Yeah.
in the clinic. Woof. My peak is that I took the blankets off my horses today, and we've actually been maintaining their body scores pretty good this year.
Oh, that's good.
And that is a big deal because
Yeah.
last year we did not do very well.
They got skinty.
Yeah. The pit is that it costs a lot of money to keep their body condition scores up because their grain that we feed, it's for hard keepers. And so you got to have more calories in it and la la la. And then my huge, almost 17 hand quarter horse, we feed him 6 pounds of grain a day.
Whoa.
And so we go through the bag in a week, less than a week,
Oh my god.
probably a week.
Do they just not eat as much during the winter, or is it that they
Well,
burn
there's
more
no
calories?
grass. So,
So
we,
then you have to increase this because they're not getting any
Mhm.
grass.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so we can't, and we definitely can't leave just hay out because of the pony, because then he'll overeat and get way too fat and then get metabolic disease and or laminitis. And it's like, so we have to feed him twice a day of the hay, but because they're grazers, that's not enough to keep up like their heat and their
Mhm.
metabolism. And
Oh my gosh.
it's not cheap.
6 pounds.
Jazz gets like 2 to 3.
Do you heat that their area? Is their area heated? No. So they're fine because it's enclosed and hay and all that
Well,
stuff.
we don't even put them in, and we put them in for the almost a week when it was like really below whatever. It was really cold,
Yeah.
and had their blankets on. But horses, you don't even need a blanket if you're not worried about really the temperature because they have double coats that
Right.
grow in, and sometimes you can actually hurt their coat if you put the blanket on too early. So, but I put the blanket on when it just gets like consistently 20 or below.
Right.
So I took it off today because I didn't yesterday. Poor things are probably burning up.
Right.
But yeah.
Did they get stir crazy in the barn when they had to stay in?
Yeah. When we let him back out, they were running around kicking.
Were they really?
Yeah.
That's so fun.
They just kept running around. They were so excited.
Freedom!
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah. They get stir crazy. Okay. Sweet.
Those are quick pets and pics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Veterinary news. This was an interesting article.
Oh, yes. I thought so too.
So it was from a lecture. I'm assuming, was it from VMX? Because
No, they had I think it's from their leadership conference, wasn't it? Or was this VMX? I
Oh.
can't remember which one it was.
Well, it said Florida. I thought it said Orlando, but maybe they do leadership too. I don't know.
No, it could have been from VMX then. I was reading another one as well that might have been their leadership conference.
Okay.
So I
It
bet
was
this
a
one-
veterinary meeting and expo in Orlando. That's all it says.
Okay.
Well, either way, it was basically a lecture to people of how people in vet med need to stop saying sorry so much and apologizing.
We should have Michaela on to talk about this.
I instantly thought of her.
I did too, because some of the phraseology that people use
Mhm.
instead of saying "I'm sorry," so they're forms of apologies. What made me think of Michaela?
You can literally tell Michaela to have a good day and she'd say sorry.
I know.
Like, she uses it out of context, too.
Yes.
I do like that it provided. So it's from AVMA if anyone wants to read it. It's titled Sorry to Say It, Rethinking Apologies at Work. I did think it was helpful to have those sections where instead of saying this, say this. Sorry, I'm late. Thanks for your patience. You say
Mhm.
thanks for your patience
Yeah.
instead. So I think it's interesting the philosophy behind how it could then be perceived. It'll be perceived differently from the client. You don't lose as much confidence or trust between that relationship. And I'm like, I think that makes sense. Or you say, if you're constantly apologizing for something that's happening out of your control, I can.
Sorry, guys.
Trevor King, we are busy.
That's right.
I can see how it would like lower the confidence completely if you're just like, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry that it came back like this. I'm so sorry your animal's responding. Because then I'm like, oh yeah, as an owner, I'd be like, why are you so sorry? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. In a weird way, I get it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
never
I
thought
think-
about it.
I think like if you think of it like, oh, sorry, I'm late. Like that gives off like you're irresponsible. You didn't care about my
Yes.
appointment. But being, oh, thank you for your patience. That's like, oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
But instead
Yeah.
of being like, yeah, you were late type
Yeah.
of thing. But like if you don't point that out, you just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like it saying sorry. Like yesterday, I said, I'm sorry I got stuck on the phone, as if that's a bad thing because I'm helping another patient and client.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's very.
What would you say
interesting.
differently after having read this now?
Thanks for your patience.
Yeah.
Thanks for your patience. Yeah.
Thanks
I
for
feel
your
like I
patience,
said
was
that
on the
all the
phone.
time. Yeah.
That's-
Thanks for the patience.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's always how I answer the phone at work, is
Yeah.
thanks for your
Yeah.
patience.
same.
But
But I feel like I do apologize for a lot of things that like I'm rethinking and I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, I probably should say it differently.
I always say sorry for your wait.
Yeah.
Like there was a client, like at my discharge yesterday, I was running like 10 minutes, like they had gotten there and texted and said they were there, and it was like 10 minutes before I got out there. So I said, sorry for your wait. But I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of
But even
justified.
in
But then I'm helping other patients, like you
Well,
said,
that's
like
what it
I was
says in
busy
the
with other
article.
patients.
It's like it.
I wasn't just sitting around.
Right. Yeah. So you shouldn't apologize because you're actually doing other care.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting.
So let's see here. Let's summarize this for the listeners, since they don't have the article in front of them. So what are her main points, Duckwall?
Don't say sorry.
Don't say sorry.
Well, I think she more so explains the impact of constantly saying sorry. So,
Over apologizing.
yes, she uses examples of, again, how it can diminish the relationship you've built. It can diminish the confidence the client may have in you. It implies that you're doing something wrong at your job when you're not, if you're
Yeah.
helping others.
Mhm.
Signals uncertainty, reduces
Mhm.
confidence, trust, and respect.
Yeah.
Yep. And that
Makes sense.
apologies should be used to repair harm. They shouldn't be used
Mhm.
to manage discomfort.
Yeah.
Or justify doing your job, which is like what we're talking about when saying,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for keeping you waiting while I was on the phone.
Yeah.
Like that's what she's saying, right? We don't need to be doing.
Or I'm sorry, we had an emergency. It's like, oh, why would I
Yeah.
say I'm sorry?
I thought about
Right.
that too, like in emergency clinics, like you hear all the time that clients are like, well, why am I waiting here? And you're
Yeah.
like, sorry, there's someone dying. in the
Right.
wait."
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't have to apologize for that. You're literally doing your job. And
Yeah. Out
you
of your
should be
control.
grateful that you're waiting
Yeah.
because your pet's not critical type of thing. I feel like I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
So an authentic apology, she says, clearly states, I'm sorry, you admit fault, you acknowledge the impact on the other person, and you demonstrate changed behavior. Because at some point, saying you're sorry without changing behavior becomes meaningless.
So a good example would be if a client comes to you with either they're disgruntled about something that happened or concerns, that would be an example of saying, I'm sorry you feel that way. And then you follow up with being like, I'll talk to leadership and we'll do this and this and this to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, I'm sorry for your loss. That's not repairing. Well, I guess you're kind of helping repair their hearts by saying that.
Right.
Is that wrong or is that okay?
No, I think
sorry
that's
for your
repairing
loss.
damage.
And I feel like that's a different apology. Like, you didn't do anything wrong. You're literally, that's a way of giving condolence.
But like, you are sorry. Like, it's sad.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not an apology per se.
Yeah.
Like, it's a way of giving condolence.
Yeah. Empathy.
Yeah. Because you didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Sorry has different meanings?
I don't know. My brain just
I mean, maybe in some cases the owners
I think she's
it.
saying, what she's
know.
saying is replace it with other language.
So how would you go about that if you're giving condolences?
You would say,
My dearest condolences.
My dearest condolences.
My deepest condolences.
My dearest condolences. Yeah.
I don't know if I could say that with a straight face.
Yeah. This, just avoid it and just say, this is really difficult.
Yeah.
I'm here if you need anything.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, but still.
So
It
doesn't sound as nice.
Without saying, I'm sorry for your loss. Like that.
rather than eliminating apologies altogether, Dr. Brandt recommends practicing intentional replacement phrases that maintain professionalism and clarity. So, thank you for your patience, which you guys all said. Are you available to help instead of I hate to bother you? How many times do you hear that? To clarify, are you saying this instead of sorry if I'm not understanding?
Oh, yeah.
To
clarify, this is okay. Yeah.
Here's another perspective instead of saying this is probably a bad idea. Sorry, that just made me laugh.
Some people you just need to say sometimes though it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Here's another perspective.
Or you can just tell them straight up.
That is a totally bad idea. Let's see. Anything else in here? She's basically just making sure that, or wanting people to try to just use apologies correctly.
Yeah.
Don't overuse them.
I mean, it
I
makes
feel
sense.
like it was like a grammar class.
Please. Grammar, please.
I don't think I'm going to stop saying I'm sorry for your loss.
I'll start thinking of creative ways to say it, though. I mean, she does have a point. Like, if you're constantly apologizing, like, and when you actually do something wrong and you apologize, people are like,
I don't care.
You just said that like 5 times today.
Yeah.
Is it really true or not? Yeah. Yeah.
Like, your apology has less weight than if a person didn't apologize.
Like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we couldn't
less
get a drug
meaningful.
on time yesterday, and Michaela comes around the corner and she's like, I'm sorry.
You literally have no control over it.
I have to go eat lunch. I'm sorry. I'm like, what? I just told you.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, she does all.
It's a habit.
Bless
Like
her.
she says in
Yes.
here. It's just a
Yes,
habit.
I
very
think
habitual.
instead of a swear jar, we've said we're going to get a sorry jar for Michaela.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You guys should, now that you've read this article, you should actually
Michaela's
print
our
this and give it
practice
to her.
manager. We love her to pieces.
Yes,
She's
I was
amazing.
gonna
But it's literally one of her like top 5 words in her vocabulary.
She just wants everybody to be happy and
Yes.
content.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay.
Well,
All right.
Agreed.
That was cool.
It's a good-
Interesting article.
It's fun to
It
have in the
was.
back of your brain. I think I just gave myself a paper cut.
Ow.
Oh.
Okay.
Stupid itinerary. Okay, we have a Tales from the Trenches. Boop, boop. That's so exciting. I guess I'll read it. Okay.
all right, let's go.
At a clinic I worked at in Washington State, there was a veterinarian who was obsessed with her production pay. So much so, she would change the codes of a nail trim from one that was a technician-led to one that would count towards her productivity. Oh, I'd be
Okay,
so
hold on.
mad.
That's called stealing.
A $25 price difference, and she didn't even do the nail trim. And that would make me so mad. Another unfortunately rememberable time was during her ER coverage day. We had a hit by car estimate that the owners already had maxed 2 cards for, and she had the audacity to change something like the catheter placement code or something like it to a more expensive one and made me ask the owners for even more money.
Oh.
after they had signed the initial estimate. Her tone was, it was only X more dollars, somewhere between $15 to $30, when in reality, she didn't need to change the code. I was disgusted. I had to console the owners who said, so if I don't pay that much extra, my dog won't be saved. Poor woman was in tears. I quit a few weeks later. Did the vet get in trouble or fired?
Right.
Because she needs to be fired.
Yeah.
If
someone
I
needs to hear
had-
about that.
If I had someone claiming to do work that I like, that alone makes me mad. But then stealing money from clients makes me even more
No, I was
mad.
gonna say that
Yeah.
makes me really sad for the owners. Definitely those owners that are like literally doing everything they can
Mhm.
to like save their pet.
And like,
That's so
it's crazy how
horrible.
like to one person it's like, oh, that's not much, whatever, and this other person's like, you're telling me this is life or death with this amount of money, like,
yeah.
$30 can be a lot to somebody. Just
Yes.
adding $30 to a bill can be a lot.
yeah,
And that poor tech, she had to clean up the mess.
yeah,
And, like go through all
that's
that.
icky.
and-
That
yeah.
that makes me
Ugh.
feel gross.
I'm sorry you went through that. That's
That is what gives, that's where the bad stories come from
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
and the bad stereotypes.
Yep. There's bad people in every profession. There's bad cops, there's bad vets, there's bad doctors, there's bad dentists. Like, there's bad people everywhere, but the majority are good.
I also, like, in a weird way, like, reading the story, I'm like thinking, why does this vet have so much anxiety about her pay and the way it's being paid? Like, in my mind, okay, it could just be her and that she is
She's
not
just money hungry.
she's blind to her fault here. Or is there some other pressure in the outside world or in the business itself and how it's structured? I'm not defending it. I'm not saying like, oh, she has a right to do that. I don't think so. But I'm still like, what's going on the other side there with
More
the
questions, like
motive?
questions
Yeah.
should be asked. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, why is it accepted?
Mhm.
Is it accepted? Did they
Does nobody
notice
know about it?
Does
Yeah.
anyone know? Yeah, exactly.
You know, or is she being lectured about
Mm-hmm.
this, and this? It's not necessarily her, but it's this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People putting this,
I need to
applying this
know
pressure.
more.
You need more. You want to ask
Yeah.
questions. Yeah, I get it. Then
If you're this vet, we'll be a little mad at you, but if you'd like to give us your reasoning.
We'd like to come forward.
oh gosh, no, it is. It's just so. Oh, it's
I
so
wonder what happened
unfortunate.
to the hit by cart.
I wonder. I
Yeah.
always wonder
There's
too,
so
like how
many
those.
Questions.
How do these situations? I would say the majority of clinics don't handle these situations.
Yeah. It just keeps
Hence
going.
why we have our toxic workplace cultures
And turnover.
all over the place.
Yep.
And turnover.
Mhm.
Yikes.
Okay.
Yikes.
All right. Case collections.
Okay.
Hit us, guys. What you got?
Allie and I each have one. So mine's well, they're all interesting. Let's be real. Mine's a 15-year-old cat that I've been seeing for many years. And it's this owner's mom's cat, so means a lot to him. He takes really, really good care of her. And it started off with just years ago, she's had this chronic eosinophilic rodent ulcer on her mouth, the rostral, mandible, and maxillary lip, and a little bit into the like gingiva tissue on the bottom there. And so ever since I've known this cat, it's been there, and it didn't really make a difference to him, and it didn't bother the cat, so I really didn't do anything about it for a while. And then throughout the years we would try like a small course of pred to see if it helped. She was on ZD for a really long time. We did like various things there, and it just kind of was like he wasn't as concerned about it, so then I wasn't as overly concerned because the patient was comfortable. And then she came in last year for weight loss, not eating as well. And so we worked it up. Her lab work was fine. And we did an ultrasound where it showed just very mild GI thickening. And so we went through the whole list of, do you want to biopsy? Do you want to do, that was the main thing. Do you want to biopsy or do you want to do just a empirical course of pred and see how she does? And, oh, by the way, this will help her mouth. And he's like, okay, let's do that because she's old. And so we did pred, and I literally looked at our chart yesterday because I was going through. I would check in every 2 weeks for months to see if we could get her off the pred. And there was at one point where her lip looked really bad. She wasn't eating as well, which were the things we were going off of. And then we were going to go off of weight, but he didn't really weigh her that much. So we'd go back up, and we got her to the lowest effective dose, which I forget the mg per kg. I probably should have looked that up, but she held steady there, and well, fast forward to she comes in for PUPD.
Oh, no.
And weight loss. And she was already a little overweight anyways. So I was hoping it wasn't going to be diabetes. I was hoping it was maybe kidneys. That doesn't sound right to say because you could treat diabetes. So whatever. It came back as she's diabetic. And I'm like, well, unfortunately, this was part of the risk and we couldn't get her off of it. So anyway, Courtney had spoken it into the universe, or the question from last week.
Yeah.
Because now we're doing Bexacat.
Oh, you are?
We are.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Went through all the options with him, basically just insulin injectable, Bexacat, or quality of life because she's old and his working schedule is really complicated. He'll be gone for a long time, long stints sometimes, like throughout a day.
Like he's sometimes gone for 12 plus hours from his home.
So we went through all the pros and cons and learned a lot about Bexacat, how to apply it.
Tell us your plan then. So what is you like? Walk us through what's going.
How
you're
he
doing
decided,
it.
or what's
No, how you're doing it with Bexacat.
Okay, so there are very specific requirements to get a cat on Bexacat. So they can't be on any like uncontrolled comorbidities. They have to have a creatinine on blood work less than 2, an FPL less than 12, a blood ketone less than 2.4, a T bilirubin less than 0.5. Wait, what else? Oh, hydration has to be appropriate or can't be more than like 5% or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, they can't have significant cachexia.
What?
Cachexia is when they lose like all this muscle because
of
disease, not because of aging.
I don't think I've ever heard that word before.
Weight loss, sarcopenia.
Okay, great.
Well, that's because of aging. Cachexia is because of disease.
Yeah, that's true.
Explain that for the class.
Okay, that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay.
And so she passed all of those things.
No.
Oh, they can't have had insulin before.
Yes, they cannot have had insulin.
So
Yes.
she obviously has not. So she passed everything. And yeah, we have to do, this is where we're talking about Michaela and the drug. We were going to do Cymvalgo, but we're having trouble getting that in a timely manner. And so we didn't want to guarantee like, oh, we'll order that, but it's going to be a week. Oh, do we have to retest these things? I didn't know. And I didn't want to risk it.
And then if she gets outside that window.
Right, because she'll be diabetic until then. And so we did the Bexacat pill. She's going to do the pill. And we're going to wait. I talked to my colleague. She suggested you don't change the diet right away as well because it's a lot of change. So we're going to wait a couple weeks to change to a higher protein diet. And we're tapering her off the pred to see how she does.
Okay. So when do you have to recheck her? 7 days? 5 days?
Day 2 to 3, day 7, day 14, day 30. Okay. On day 30, you do blood ketones and a spot blood glucose. And
then you can recheck
at any point though, like as you're doing
3 months after,
every check, like you're looking for ketones,
just a blood ketone.
Yeah.
So I have all of her rechecks scheduled out already.
Yeah.
So her first recheck is this coming Monday
that are written down of like if she's in this, you need to start insulin. If it's this, she's controlled.
Yeah. And the other big factor was because she is a GI cat. We were a little nervous, and the owner knows that it may not work because she already has GI issues, and on top of that, one of Bexacat's biggest symptoms is GI upset. So everybody cross your fingers and toes that it works. Yeah. I really hope it works for this cat.
Yeah.
I'm like nervous about the silent DKA they could be in. But
hopefully you'll find it if you're doing it every...
Yeah. And then the only way you know if they're in remission is you just stop it.
Yeah.
So I told him that. And so we're going to probably at some point try that once she's off pred and on a diet and go from there. But I thought, okay, if you're gone for X amount of time, if you did injectable insulin, we're either looking at once a day insulin, hopefully, and your cat could be riding high or going to DKA that way. Or we're looking at insulin, then she goes into remission and has hypoglycemic events, but
you're not around
because you're not there.
Right.
So I'm like, there's just no perfect solution to this situation. But he's like, she's got life left to live. I definitely want to try.
He really loves her. He's trying his absolute hardest.
Yeah.
It's just his job is really
difficult. He's taking
difficult.
her to a behaviorist because she doesn't get along with another cat in the house, and this cat just stays in one room, and he was worried about it. And
he's a good cat dad.
Yeah, he's great.
A really good owner.
So yeah.
Okay, well,
I
more
talked to him
come.
like 4
You'll have
times
to
on the
give
phone
us
yesterday.
an update next week then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll keep
Like,
it
and let us
posted
know
on
what.
It consumed most of our day yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a lot to digest
was
and
the
make sure
phone
you're
call I
not
ran
going to. Like,
Yeah. I was on the phone with him 3 different times for each like 15 minutes. She was on the phone with him for probably 30 minutes. Like it literally consumed like half of our day yesterday trying
Which
to
I
figure
get
it
it.
out.
It's a lot of
No, and the
info.
Well,
owner, yeah,
and to
it was
make
just
sure
a
it's
lot
done
of
right.
going back and
Mhm.
forth and deciding what he wanted to do, and it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's worth it, but
And that's the other thing
a lot of
too.
work.
It's in Plums. It says to give Bexacat approximately the same time every day. And so we told him like, hey, if it's in the morning, that's more reliable for you to give it to her. You're going to have to do that way. So
we chose nighttime.
oh, we chose nighttime.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
We chose nighttime. There you go.
He's at home at night more consistently than in the morning. So
Okay.
Okay.
so we chose.
Here we go.
Here we
Buckle
go.
up.
Buckle up. Next 7
She'll
days.
be in on Monday.
Okay, very exciting.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, Allie, what you got?
Oh gosh, okay. So this is actually my cousin's dog. So this was probably a year ago now, but she's a 4-year-old shepherd. She came in because one weekend they noticed like a baseball to softball size mass like on her chest. And they have 2 shepherds. They roughhouse and whatever, and it was kind of bleeding, so they thought maybe it was probably like an abscess or something. Well, they brought her in, and it did have a little scab on it. It was rather large, about a 5 centimeter firm subcu mass near her left thoracic inlet. She did a fine needle aspirate of it, and it had minimal inflammatory cells, spindloid cells with ovoid nucleus, multiple nuclei, and wispy, faintly blue cytoplasma consistent with a soft tissue sarcoma.
Oh.
So she offered, referral because it was right in that area with the jugular. They chose to stay with us, so we did perform that surgery the next day.
Did you see the jugular?
Yes, I have a picture. It was a nice hose right over. Cloud.
Was it
performed.
over it or under it?
It was over it. So she had to dissect everything. Oh my gosh, I took a picture. My cousin's a nurse, so I was like, "Do you want to see it?" She saw it, but it was rough. So she did get it closed initially. However, the amount of skin she had to take, I mean, the mouse was huge.
Oh,
it was very, very
gosh.
tight, and so there was a potential that it was going to bust open, and it did a couple days later. So she did have to come back. We did send it out for histopath. I should say that. She did come back. We had to sedate her, clean up the margins again, and try to get it closed. We did not get it closed. It stayed open.
Like what she means open, like it was open.
It was open.
Like the jugular there.
Well, no, she got the jugular like closed, like
Okay,
there was like
good.
muscle over it.
Good.
But I mean, it's still like it's just open right there in that area. So
I mean, one wrong slip.
Yeah.
and so I believe she got it. she
Paper
didn't get
cut. Death by paper cut.
She didn't get it like closed all the way closed, but then it did end up opening again, and the sutures came out, and we had to sedate her again, and that's where we did like the tie over bandages.
Yeah,
that
the
reminds me
wet
of
to
that one
dry.
dog.
I love this.
Honey.
Yeah.
I've been there. It looks awful, but it's like, what are you gonna do?
I know. I
Tie
was
over
like,
bandages are so disgusting, but they work
they
really
are.
well.
So she had the sutures in the skin and the
Yeah.
whole zigzag pattern, and they did that for a while. It did end up healing nicely, but it did come back. I mean, obviously, sarcoma did not get good margins.
Sure.
Mm.
About like a month or 2 after, she had about 8 months, I guess. So she ended up going down in the hind end.
Oh no.
And
jeez.
we couldn't explain. She did well for a period, but then she went down in the hind end. They brought her in. I don't know if something spread. We did chest x-rays beforehand, and those were clear, but she was down. She had a little bit of pain, but I mean, she was a pretty big shepherd, so they did end up euthanizing her. I mean, they
Oh.
did 3 procedures on her, and that was a lot of money
Yeah.
for them. They were also expecting baby number 2, and so it was just a lot. But she was
Shoot.
And
4.
sarcomas are just so unless
She
you
was
can
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
so
gosh.
aggressive.
Unless you can follow up
Right.
with some kind of like radiation therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
No,
so
I think
aggressive,
just-
and they move before you even know they move.
Yeah.
They can
And I
move
mean,
microscopically.
Like I said, I have
Yeah.
a picture, but it was a decent size
Wow.
mass. So
Plus, then, like, I always feel like the younger the animal, the more aggressive. I don't know if you feel like that. Like, they're going
I
to,
mean-
like, things are going to happen fast. Like, it just seems
Yeah.
more aggressive the
Yeah.
younger the animal. So it's just, ugh.
Maybe it's because
Yeah.
their younger metabolisms and blood supply are better
Yeah.
than older.
so
and
things move quicker.
maybe or they're just
Yeah.
more blood supply to move. Yeah, move quicker. I guess. Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Gosh.
Everything's not slowed down and
Yeah.
ancient.
it definitely was sad. And definitely being
Yeah.
family when they had to euthanize her.
It was a crappy situation.
Not good.
Yeah. He just backed out so slowly.
So sorry
babe's
for
awake,
the
he's just
not
smiling.
happy case, but
That's okay.
Sarcomas, I feel like we see a ton of them.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know. I feel that way too.
Yeah.
Think of all that mast cell tumors. I feel like of all the tumors we
Yes.
remove, it's like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the main ones.
yeah.
I don't know what else.
He's like, can I see your baby?
Yeah. He's like, I can sense he's awake.
Oh, gosh. All right. On to listener inquiries.
Yes.
Okay.
So for this, for our listener inquiries, you can actually use our text message feature that we have for our podcast. So you tap on the episode in your podcast provider, you look at the top, it'll say send us an inquiry through a text message here. You can send us comments, questions, concerns. You do have to leave your name so we can give you a shout out. Otherwise it comes through as anonymous. We also take voice message inquiries. So send those over to theveterinaryroundtable@gmail.com.
All right,
Okay.
I'll read the first one.
Okay.
Hey, I love the podcast and appreciate that you're open to discussion and criticism. I want to bring up something that's been mentioned before, declawing cats. I struggle with how it was framed as something that you could do occasionally and usually that they don't get a botched job somewhere else. From an animal welfare standpoint, declawing as an elective amputation provides no benefit to the cat, and it's well known that well-done procedures cause long-term problems. The problem with your logic is that you're still causing harm. First, do no harm. You're normalizing the procedure, and you're letting owners bully you into unethical procedure. How would you feel if your first digits are amputated? I'd love to see a deeper conversation about this. Signed, a very overwhelmed and sad vet tech from Anonymous.
Well, thank you, first of all, for sharing your point of view.
Opinions. And yeah, I will say, I feel like we've had pretty in-depth conversations. We could talk about it again, but
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
Because when the person signs it sad and overwhelmed, I think it warrants like some form of discussion.
did you see the California pass and that it's illegal there now?
Yeah. That's improvement.
That's the
How
last
many
time we
states?
talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
know.
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Okay.
I think it's 6 now
Yeah.
where it's illegal unless like absolutely medically necessary, but right?
Yeah. I mean, I think, oh gosh, there's so much to unpack here. I don't want this person to misunderstand our approach to declawing. So it might have come across that way when we were talking, because depending on how we were talking about it, I could totally see someone walking away with the impression that,
Oh,
well,
whatever. They just do it.
right, we just don't want them to get it done poorly, so we do it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's at the heart of it, what we were saying.
No.
So I think for us at our practice, there's a list of things that we try and accomplish first.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I read this question or comment, and then we were talking about it even before the podcast, and I was like, how do you wrap your head? And I genuinely asked this question. Like, I don't know the answer to this. I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this, but how do you say, I'm not going to perform this procedure, an anatomy altering procedure, because I don't want to cause harm, but the potential exists that more harm could occur.
Right.
Right. So it's like, is it, so I think when we're thinking about it, we're thinking about, saving the pet from other harm. And I think that when this person's talking about it, they're saying, don't do any harm, period. And I feel like in veterinary medicine, there's not necessarily always a black or white
Yeah, I was gonna say,
option.
there's a lot of gray zones.
Yeah.
So how do you always know that you're not doing more harm? Like, so who's to say that you don't do the procedure, right? We would love to live in that world that everybody didn't declaw their cats and every cat had this amazing Devon fortune experience in their house, with environmental stimulation and outdoor spaces. And I mean, live the way they're actually supposed to live. How do we wrap our heads around saying that, well, if we, see what I'm saying?
Say no. So what
Yeah.
you're saying is like, if you were to
can't
turn down a
guarantee.
client that you said you were not declawing your cat, then they may euthanize the animal, or they may relinquish the animal, or
Put it
they
outside.
may put it outside. And then if the cat's not equipped to be outside, and
So then the cat's dying. The potential exists. Death could be a consequence, right? So is that better to have all your claws and die?
yeah.
Or I'm not saying that would definitely happen.
Right.
I'm just saying it has to be on the list of possibilities.
Right.
So I think that's where then it's hard to decide. And I think that's why when we were talking about it, at least I feel like from our perspective as veterinarians, it's like it's a last resort.
Yeah.
It's a way of preventing what we think may be future harm.
Yeah, I think it requires a deeper conversation with the client too, and that client's either willing to go there with you or not to figure out the reasons underlying their decision, and if you can have that trust enough to convince them otherwise. Like, there's a lot that goes into trying to change somebody's mind about something. And that is just, I mean, it's just like this person has the belief about the procedure in general. Like, I would bet to say you're going to go and fight hard for what you believe and not just, say, okay, whatever, we'll just do it just because. And so I think that sometimes owners will come in with those same headstrong thoughts, which is fine. And then you try to find the underlying meaning. But I also think it's a bummer that maybe you've witnessed many vets who aren't comfortable doing the procedure end up doing it, because I think using the word bully, like, what kind of conversation was that? Are you upset because you've seen vets not stand up for not doing it,
right,
for out of fear of something? That's a very big possibility too,
Sure.
of not wanting to lose clients, not wanting to not make the production on it. I don't know.
Right.
I think this is just a great example that nothing is black or white. Like, yes, and I mean, it's just like anything in life. There's multiple political parties. There's multiple different, what's another example of division?
Religion?
Religions.
Yeah.
There's so many different things, and it's healthy to have these conversations about why.
He has an opinion.
Yeah, my baby also has an opinion about this. And I can see how, if you're not on the same side as a vet you've worked with, can become very overwhelming.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just think, unfortunately, in every situation is so unique, and
so do we keep
I mean, it's not our favorite thing to do, even if we end up doing it. Like,
Right.
it's not like, oh yeah, like, let's just
It's not like we
declaw
ask,
everybody.
we go random. We're like, hey, can we come declaw your cat?
I think with
We don't-
anything this polarizing, the only way you slowly convert people over, meaning clients, over to doing what you think is best, which is not declawing, right?
Yeah.
The only way over time you change them is by changing their hearts.
Right.
So you just continue to have those conversations. I don't think that we do anybody any favors by, no, you're going to have to go someplace else.
Right. 100%.
I think being able to have the conversation and say, this is what you're going to happen. This is potentially what could happen. A lot of times in those conversations, you open their hearts up and you sway them the other direction.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're willing to do, which
Yeah.
I think is maybe came across like, oh, we're okay with doing this. I don't think that's really what we're saying. I think it's down here on the list of the seventh, eighth option after we've gone through all of these things, and we're not willing to allow relinquishment or euthanasia to occur.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's a decision that's definitely not taken lightly. Like, it's definitely, there's a lot of thought.
Well, and it's
behind it.
about the education and educating the clients and
Yeah.
Yeah.
the conversations, like
think
being
happens-
willing to having the conversation.
What do you think happens when the procedure's outlawed?
I don't know. I feel like,
we don't do it as
Do you
much,
think
so
so now?
maybe it's
Okay.
just going away in general.
Well, I do
but
think that in general. I think that's
Yeah.
what I mean by educating the public. I think like back
we
15
just,
years ago, 20 years ago, we did it was
like,
common procedure.
like off the top of my head, I cannot remember the last time we did a
right.
declaw.
So
Yeah.
it is
Like, it'll-
naturally changing with
Yeah,
education. It is naturally
Like a
changing with
couple weeks ago.
education. But I think that it's less and less and less
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
for
what
sure.
happens when you no longer allow the procedure? Are people actually going to not do it? And so then they're going to house their cats inside? Are more cats going to end up outside? Which for all the people concerned about the well-being of cats, I always hear cats shouldn't be allowed outside, which I'm not a proponent of. Cats in their natural environment are hunters, they're chasers, they're climbers, you have to have safe environments. But I don't
That's
think,
a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do these people do with, do they just never adopt a cat? So then do you have all these cats in shelters and rescues? Because you can't adopt it.
You just use all your other
Right.
tools really well, like kitty caps.
Well, I feel like the new
I don't know.
technology will come out. Like, there's some cat enthusiasts that's going to come out with I mean, look how much orthopedics has come. Like, they can make fake legs. Like, surely they can
Yeah.
come up with some kind of like boot or sock that's safe for a cat to wear all the time. Because
Mhm.
there's just going to be instances like that old person that truly needs a companion. That cat could literally save this person's life.
Right.
That has on blood thinners and like can't have like a cat's the easiest thing, but like the claws are too sharp. So I feel like
Yeah.
technology will
We'll catch
prevail.
up.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
catch
maybe
up.
it'll change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's a right. I don't know if I should say solution because
I just don't think we're at a place in the, like, to Allie's point, in technology or
Permanent
It's a
nail caps.
like where like
Nails.
where you just have, like, you're just kind of stuck in the middle right now. You know
Right.
that it would be best not to do it.
right.
So you know that, but you also, there are situations where you can't do that. Like,
Right.
it literally costs the animal its life. So
I also think it's okay for everybody to have their own opinion.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
No, I
Yeah.
think it's good that we have these
Yeah.
conversations. And
And I think too, like,
And seeing other people's side of the fence, right? Why do you feel that way? Because there's
Mhm.
things that sometimes you don't consider.
right. That's why getting to the deeper root of it or the background, if the owner's willing to share, sometimes they're
Right.
not, and you don't have a lot of information to go off of. So you do the best with what you can in front of you. And I think maybe the couple times we've talked about it, yeah, maybe we as a collective here haven't talked about the in-depth conversation we truly do have with the owner. We just say, oh yeah, we try different things. Well, we actually do try to explain the different things and why it would,
Be of benefit.
yeah. And it's not, I mean, maybe we minimized it too much of trying other things, but I just, you can't always change people's minds. So
Well, Anonymous, thanks for bringing it up, because it did allow us to provide further clarification.
Yeah.
I
So-
just think at the end of the day, we're all just trying to do what's best for the patient.
Yep.
In
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
sense.
also,
that-
I would love
Have
to
to
know
operate with
their
that
thoughts
assumption.
on ear cropping and tail docking.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
think that's
It's not
The
something they
same.
would want.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after Penny won the,
I know, but I
and
want
she was ear cropping, and then all the talk about ear cropping.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
The
see. Oh, I
Doberman?
saw that. Yeah.
yeah. You
I
know.
want a Doberman, and now they're gonna overbreed them probably because she won for the next year. So now I'm gonna have to wait.
I got one before then. Before that happened.
I know you did.
I didn't know you wanted a Doberman.
She's wanted one for a while.
hmm
That is-
She
But
wants
then-
she wants scary dog privileges.
But then I think they're great family dogs. Like every patient we've had has been super
My dog's great. Yeah, she's
sweet.
awesome.
Yeah, and like people said they're actually really good with kids and all of that. But then I see Bernese Mountain Dogs or Great Pyrenees. I'm like, oh,
I know, that's why I'm
how
like,
could I
we're separate
not
from
get one of those again? I don't know.
I think if you go to, I'm still thinking about this, like, anatomical, amputation, like, when you're changing an animal's body. I mean, obviously spay and neutering, we're doing that. I think you're starting to see, though, the pushback on that now with
Hmm.
people not encouraging spay and neutering,
You know what my friend did?
especially in other countries. They don't do it in other countries.
right?
Like at all? They don't
Mm.
even do like a
Only
what's
if it's
what
like
am I-
medically
what's the word I'm looking
necessary.
for?
I think it depends
I
on
know
the
what you're talking
culture.
about.
Gabby
too.
did.
Yeah.
Musket.
Like,
Yeah,
when I went to Nicaragua, they did
I know what you're
more
talking about, but I
spays
can't.
than they did neutering.
neuters,
Yeah.
right? So I'm
But
sure
then they
that-
have overpopulation.
Well, I'm
in
sure, like,
them.
with overpopulations, but like Sweden or Switzerland, one of them, they don't do.
They don't alter pets at all?
No, it's not allowed to alter pets.
Wow.
Interesting.
including spaying and neutering. Right.
Right.
Wow.
How's their
That would be an
population?
interesting conversation to have. I would love
How's their
to see like
pies?
the
Because of all of the secondary side effects that come with removing hormones from. That's one of the. It's like
there
how-
are papers on it and stuff.
I think that they're starting now to see, like, anecdotally, as you live in the industry, you see this, right? You see
Yeah.
intact male dogs that don't have cruciate tears.
Mm-hmm.
You see, but how many do you see that are
Vasectomy.
The majority of the
Sorry.
majority of our population is altered.
Right.
So, I mean, that's kind of a bias. But I mean, then you look at other populations in other countries and they don't have the same level of, I don't know, it's fascinating.
I mean,
So
they
they're
don't have the
starting
same
to do
level of
that.
certain stuff, but they also don't
We're
have
starting to
all
research
the
more and more of that.
shit that floats around in our air here. So
Mm.
we're like the most unhealthy out of everybody in the world. Like just the US is just,
Do we say contrails? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Oh,
like
gosh.
Korea, they know what's up.
Oh, Lord help us. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole.
Mediterranean.
Let's go
There's
Mediterranean.
a Greek island that people lived forever, basically.
It's because they don't pump
And then the
their
blue
food
zone,
full
baby,
of
the blue zone.
shit.
Yeah. It's because they walk to work. There's a lot of things that reason why they live forever.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a lot healthier.
Their
Okay, for
diet,
number 2.
Mediterranean.
All right, number
Okay.
2.
Hi, I've been wondering as the weather gets colder how to know that my dog is staying warm enough. It is often 10 degrees or less outside, and this is my first winter with a pet. My dog is a cattle dog mix and is around 50 pounds. Thank you from Anonymous.
As long as your dog an outside dog, like, does he live outside?
Well, I think she's just looking
Or
for
is she
like
just like when he
signs,
does
like
go outside?
I would say like reluctant to walk, holding up his paws,
Yeah.
shivering, trembling.
Oh my God, we took Miles to the park when it was like when all the snow was here, and I was like, "What is he doing?" And he was just standing there with like 2 of his
Yeah,
paws
their
up, and I
feet
was
get-
like, so I picked him up to give him a break, and then I put him back down. He was fine, but like I've never seen Miles like get that cold.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just not a dog that strikes me as like getting that cold, but him paws hurt
Yeah.
because they went to snow.
I think if you're an outdoor dog, you need to have shelter of some
Shelter.
form
Mhm.
and then water that doesn't freeze.
A
Obviously, you
heated
need to have
bowl,
Safe heat.
water
yeah.
source. Yeah.
a heated doghouse.
Or some kind of insulation like hay or something,
Yeah.
you know.
And if they're always tucked, dogs tend to curl to stay warm, tail
Mhm.
tucked, so that they can preserve heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can put jackets on them.
Yeah. Booties.
Of course, this
Booties.
particular breed of dog is designed to probably be outside if it's a cattle
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
But like your Chinese,
Crested.
not
The
so
hairless dog.
not so much, you know. So
Yeah.
it does depend on the breeds whether or
Yeah.
not you would leave them outside.
Mm-hmm.
Booties, jackets, if they'll wear them, right?
Yep.
I'd say if you're 32 degrees or over, you're fine.
Yeah.
I think once you get below 20, when I saw 10, I was like, "What? That's a
Yeah.
little cold."
Why do
Because
you want to
those
be
are-
out there in
yeah.
10 or less? Ugh.
I mean, if
Yeah.
your dog doesn't have to live outside, just let it go out potty and then come right back inside,
Mhm.
and you
Yeah.
don't have a problem.
I do think if they're working, they're probably fine. If
Yeah.
they're,
Yeah.
you know, like doing
Running and-
something.
Yeah. I think, and then if they're not, then getting out of the wind. I mean, the wind makes it feel below whatever.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So,
Okay. Next one. Oh, that's long. I was going to read it. That's really long.
You want me
Okay.
to- you got it?
Okay. I'll
you
do
can
it.
do it.
Hi there. I'm a DVM and a recipient of the VMLRP grant. I listened to the pod this morning and wanted to give you a little more information about this program. The
just say the program.
The program is administered by USDA as NIFA,
Mhm.
or National Institute of Food and Agriculture. The emphasis on large animal medicine is right there in the name. That's why nearly all of the shortage areas are in rural areas. Grants are for 3 years, and recipients can apply for a second round of 3 years. You apply for a specific shortage area. The application process is as difficult as applying to vet school. Year after year, many shortage areas have no applications submitted for them at all. While the grant does help repay student loans, it is not correct to say that at the end of the 3-year grant, you will be debt-free. The reason there are so many shortages of DVMs in rural areas is due to economics. Costs associated with large animal rural vet med include getting a truck, mobile clinic, or building or taking over a brick-and-mortar clinic with large animal pens, stalls, and other facilities, paying salaries and benefits for a tech or two, paying your own salary, insurance, etc. Unfortunately, most large animal vets can't charge enough for their services to cover
Yes.
these costs. This is a key point that is almost never brought up. The vets aren't there now because it's not economically viable. The loan repayment grant goes directly to the loan servicer, not into the recipient's pocket. Setting up a rural practice is expensive and risky and requires a lot of capital up front. How many new grads have that kind of money or borrowing power? If you have a family with your spouse, will your spouse be able to find work? What about schools for your kids? Access to health care for your family? You presented this as a sort of adventure for new grads. If there were established practices in these remote areas for new grads to go to, there wouldn't be so many designated shortage areas. The economic realities are stacked against new DVMs heading to practice in rural areas. The VMLRP helps. It was life-changing for me, but it alone won't solve the larger problems. Thanks for reading. Katie Apperson.
Good job.
Good. Yes.
You got
Wow.
through it.
That's
That
a
was
lot
horrible.
of great information, Katie, and things that you're exactly right are not talked about often enough.
Yeah.
We talked
100%.
about them
And we
quite a
did
bit.
mention-
Well, we talked about them quite a bit when we were talking about the VPAs
Yeah.
because that was one of their main reasons was we can
shortages.
now get healthcare into rural areas. And we're
Right.
like, but veterinarians don't want to go there, and
Mhm.
you have to have a veterinarian to have a VPA. So how does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we had gone through all these machinations way back then, but it definitely warrants repeating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think if they could forgive the loan and forgive us if we misstated, I don't feel like we said you would be debt free, but they will pay $40,000, up to $40,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets you closer
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to being debt free
But I
for
think
sure.
she's saying that money then needs to go towards all these other things. And so then it's just not.
Yeah. I mean, I think her main point is you're not making enough money to be able to make the clinic a going concern.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't use, which I agree. I mean, like the loan money should go back to the loan servicer. And then, because in theory, your clinic should be an ongoing concern. You should be able to make enough money to pay for yourself and then a person to help you and then medicine and whatever other things you need to run your clinic. And I think she's saying that they're not economically viable locations. Like there's not enough either work or people can't pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then like, what do you do?
The golden question, right?
And I can see maybe we painted it like, oh, yeah, just go.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we
Go
definitely
fill
said
those
if you have,
holes,
it's fine.
well, we're like, you know, if you want to
Yeah.
go do something, go do
Yeah.
it. You know, after reading the article, it's like you don't have any attachments. You don't go do it. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, you have to reapply. And so if you don't, you know, whatever. But to her point, there's probably a lot
I want to know
more-
how it was life changing for her.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
she says all this information, but it helps. And I don't know.
Maybe she's not in a rural area, and so she has to be.
No, she has to be.
Yeah.
for that.
But I think an ideal candidate is somebody who probably doesn't have kids, who
Yeah.
potentially
Doesn't have very many ties.
or has a spouse who can work remotely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And is
Yeah.
the breadwinner for the family.
Yeah.
And so then this is a way of you paying back your debt, but yet you can continue to work, you know, like things like
Yeah.
that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how you
could
get
listen to him
care
all
out
day.
to these rural. I mean, I just don't know how it happens.
Yeah.
I honestly don't get
There's so many things that need fixed. There's so many problems, but
they have to decrease the cost of education.
I
I
know.
just
I mean, that's
It
what it comes
needs-
down to.
that-
it
It
needs to
literally
start there,
cannot.
and then we can start to figure out the other problems.
there's no way
And there's got to
around
be a
it.
bigger margin for large animal vets. I don't know
Yeah.
how. There's just really not for
Mhm.
equine and
You mean the
Farm.
margin that you make when
Yeah.
you're working?
well, yeah, because like she's like you can't charge your clients X amount that you need to, and then
'Cause
with all
then
the
you-
other stuff
yeah.
you need, it's just
Yeah. And
it's always been that way. So it's like, how does that get fixed? Is it because of I don't know. Why is it the large animal that is hurt so bad? Is it because of the travel and you don't see as many appointments?
I would think so. That
But
it's
then
Is it
travel, it's a
is it
lot
the
of time.
owner? Is it the
Right.
owner of the large animal? So you have in these rural settings, you have 100 herd of cattle, and you're like, I can't spend whatever.
They just don't get the
to
vet
do
care
herd
they
health.
need.
But I know a lot of farmers are doing the work themselves,
Yeah.
right? And so then
Yeah,
you
you're
need somebody for emergent work, or you need
Mhm.
somebody for
Mm-hmm.
I don't know because I'm not a large animal, but I don't know how. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different components to it.
Mm-hmm.
So- Great question.
I'll have my friend from vet school who's an equine vet give us her insight on that world and why
I would love
why
that.
it's so hard to make more money.
Yeah.
Shoot, let's bring Dr. Jones on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, she was
She
equine.
does it,
and-
man.
She still does
She
it.
still
No,
does
she
it.
still does it, but I meant like she did more equine
Yeah.
than
Right.
small, and then she had to switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's very taxing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time.
I
If
think
you
that
think
the
your body
average-
hurts being a
You're on
small animal,
call.
Mhm.
oof.
the average
Yeah, the hours.
lifespan
Yeah.
of a veterinarian in equine's 5 years.
Yeah. My friend
Damn.
who's my age,
Like 5 years in the field.
And that's it. They quit.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't.
my
I don't
friend
doubt it.
who's my age, 33, she just had to have major shoulder surgery to clean it out. She had so much arthritis in there. It's her palpating arm. She was out for 3 months.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
And
gosh.
she's equine.
I guess you
Well-
learned to palpate with your left arm.
I know. I'm like, but can you imagine?
And
you're, like,
ruin all
doing-
that.
Become
that she just did.
ambidextrous. Was it from palpating?
Yeah, it's from the work being
No.
equine. I mean, yeah, because she.
I mean, like all the other work associated, not
Yeah.
just palpating, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. it's
Oh my
just palpating.
gosh.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's who I'm talking about. I'll have her. Shlee, you're up.
Okay, let's totally have her on.
'Kay.
We could have her and Jones on, and they could go back and forth about why
they know each other. So it'd be great.
why it's so difficult.
Equine in the trenches.
And I'd love to, and I'd love to see how they think the problem should be solved.
Yeah.
They probably don't want some small animal veterinarians trying to solve their problems.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing.
Right? We'll just create a whole other set of
We've
problems.
never walked their walk.
We paint a pretty picture, but
I know, right? Exactly. We can make it sound real good. We can get people to you. We can get your door swinging. Whether or not you can keep them, that's a different story.
That's right.
So, okay. So, yeah. Thanks, Katie. We did not mean to paint a brighter picture than what.
Sorry, it's hard out there.
It
Times
is.
is hard.
We get that it's hard, and we appreciate you being one of the people providing care.
Yeah.
So,
thanks for the info.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable. Remember, send in those questions and leave us a review if you enjoyed this episode or a previous one. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Woo!